So this is going to be a reading for Jonathan. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I think that's the right way to go about it. So this is going to be a past life reading, okay? You have to excuse me. I got comfortable, so forgive me, okay? I'm going to do an extended past life reading for you, okay? So it's going to be a little bit longer, but you know, we're just going to roll with the punches. All right? So I don't It's not about the way we look, it's not about the mess, it's about the message, right? Okay. So, Spirit, we just ask that you send Archangel Michael and Raphael, all the archangels, to help navigate a clear and concise message for Jonathan. I'm picturing his face right now. Help me to navigate and channel a past life reading for Jonathan, please. Use my vessel as a direct channel to deliver a clear and concise message about one of his past lives. So we are requesting that you surround this reading in your divine light and protection, and we block all crown chakra blockages, all blockages sent our way to try to disrupt this reading. Thank you, Spirit. So, what was one of your past lives, Jonathan? Who were you? And one saying I always say, it's like a quote. I don't know if I made it up or saw it somewhere, but what I always say about these past life readings is that if we can figure out who we were in a past life, that can help us to determine where we're meant to be or where we're meant to be headed in this lifetime. What we're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. Oh, Spirit confirms with that reflection of the light. Thank you, Spirit. Who is Jonathan in a past life? Because it is possible to have multiple past lives. I don't know if you've heard of that before, but it is possible that we've lived many times before. And sometimes our past lives, we carry our karma into this lifetime. Good karma or bad karma. And so sometimes we have to sever those soul ties of past life connections, as well as we have to pay off karmic debt from past lifetimes within this lifetime. And sometimes people in our past lives will follow us because we're a soul, essentially, right? So they will follow us into this lifetime, and they'll present themselves in different forms, because again, they're just a soul, right? And if you believe in reincarnation, they will reincarnate and show up as somebody with a different position in our life. For example, if you had somebody that was say an ex-boss of yours in a past life, or something or other, right? Say you were just for hypothetical, say you were a slave, alright, a servant. I don't know how to put this, your master or your boss might show up in this lifetime as, say, your brother, okay, or a teacher, okay. Let's just say for hypotheticals. Okay, so who is Jonathan? Oh, this is a good one. Now, you heard me shuffle for a minute now. I've been shuffling these cards for a good minute. So we have Greco-Roman, and I'll read you the definition out of the booklet, but I do recall and remember this one. This is somebody who loves Greek culture and like the architecture. Okay? Oh, I'm going to read it for you. So that is page 44. Let's go. 44. All right. This card indicates that you had a significant life in Greece or Rome that is influencing the situation you're inquiring about. You may have noticed that you're drawn to Greco-Roman architecture, okay, culture, and spirituality. Perhaps you've even visited areas of the Mediterranean which felt strangely familiar. Often when we visit a place where we've lived in other lives, we experience a sense of déjà vu. During your Greco-Roman lifetime, you had experiences and relationships that formed the basis for your present life situation. You've also carried the knowledge forward that you gained in this lifetime. Now that you're consciously aware of your connection to Greece and Rome, spend time researching these ancient cultures and the spirituality associated with these places. Your research will trigger memories and insights, and you'll come to a better understanding yourself and your situation. What did I just say at the beginning? I don't memorize this book, by the way. Yeah. But I said by understanding who we might have been in a past life, it'll give us a sense of direction of where we're headed in this life. Okay? So I'm going to pull you we're going to get a more in-depth reading, and I'm going to pull you from what's called the Kipper deck. Okay? So this will give us a little bit more of a in-depth understanding of your life in Greco-Roman. Okay? Spirit, can you tell us more about this past life for Jonathan, for the Greco-Roman? Thank you. So that came upright. You might have felt imprisoned or trapped, in a sense, in this lifetime. So Greco-Roman, when we think of Greece, we think of, I know me, if I think of Roman times. So Jesus in Jerusalem, the Romans essentially helped persecute Jesus. So imprisonment, you probably, I feel like you got into trouble. So there was something that you did that got you into trouble with the government, maybe. Okay, but let's delve deeper. Spirit, what else for this past life for Jonathan, for the Greco-Roman? Please and thank you. This came out sideways. Yes, the authority figures. So this could either mean you were an authentic, genuine person, and an official person, as in a good person, not a fake person, or you really did run into issues with the law. Okay? Okay, what else for this past life reading for Jonathan, please? This came out sideways, yes. So, something to do with how you made your money. Okay. Of course, that makes sense. Alright. Yeah, because, back in those times, you had people who were, excuse me a minute. You had people who were, they would, I don't know how else to say this. They would do things like, they would do, how can I say this? They would do things that weren't really respectable, or like even they would like, there was thieves, you know, they would have to steal from their fellow man, or the women would have to resort to selling their goods, okay, if they were in poverty, you know. Anyways, so it looks like you ran into some trouble with the law because of your great fortune, but we're gonna get a little bit more information, okay? What else, Spirit, regarding this past life reading for Jonathan? Please and thank you. Exactly. That's his thief on it. Okay, so you were a little bit of a hooligan, alright, in this past life. Which makes sense, you know, because, like I said, back in those days, they had to, it was every man for himself, you know. I think of back in Roman times, you know, it's like, or Greek times, you know, showing what this building looks like, right? If you could see this building, okay, to me that looks like back in Jesus's time, right? Like how the architecture was built during that time, which tells me, you know the scriptures, you know that, like, I don't know if you've seen any of the biblical movies, but I have. You'll have thieves just, you know, sitting there outside one of these buildings or architectures, you know, and they will be begging for money or myrrh or whatever it is, okay? What else, Spirit, regarding Jonathan's past life? Thank you for this wonderful message. Okay, so the Lover's card came out reversed. So you weren't in any committed relationships, back at that time. So yeah, you weren't a Jezebel, but you did steal, okay? What else, Spirit? Yes, okay, so you tried to, I'm getting the feeling that you tried to get yourself from poverty to being in this energy, to a privileged lady or man. I feel like in this lifetime that we're reading, this past life, you might have been feminine. You might have been a woman. Which makes sense when you tell me you are a single parent. Because you're essentially carrying both roles. Even if you have split custody with the child's mother and you guys, you know, co-parent, when you have your time with your children, essentially you are taking on the role of mom and dad. Even if that is for over the weekend or whatever, okay? Thank you, Spirit. So what else? For this past life reading for Jonathan. Please and thank you. Regarding this past life reading, it's fine if you don't want us to pull any more cards in this deck. Oh, okay. False person. Well, yeah, if you were, and then we have the main female reverse. So you definitely were feminine energy in this lifetime, okay? You had to be a false person in order to steal from people, because you had to trick them into thinking that they could trust you, okay? And but you also, like, kept under the radar, okay? Yeah, okay, so you presented yourself as this, okay? And you wanted to be this, and you were trying to get to being the privileged lady. So you had to put on a facade, wear a mask. As you can see, that man's wearing a mask in the back, and she's covering her face with a fan, okay? And then we have male, female, reverse. So you didn't want to be upright. This is like main character, okay? Like main character of the story, right? So like, yeah, pretty much that I'm saying that right. Reverse is like, in this particular reading, it's like flying under the radar, okay? Very sneaky, like you see this kid's pickpocketing or pocket picking this man as he's walking by, and the man's just, you know. But it's very slick, right? Just flying under the radar, right? That's what I'm getting from this. Okay. Alright, now we're going to go with the traditional deck, okay? Go a little bit further, and then I'll pull from the messy, I call it my mini messy deck, alright? It's a really small, you know, miscellaneous, random downloads and ideas that I've gotten over a little bit of time. So, anyways, can you explain further, Spirit, what is this imprisonment? Like, we've got the overall general message, but I want to give Jonathan a more in-depth reading. So, what's this imprisonment? Please and thank you. Oh. So, the, yeah, Five of Cups, I just had to make sure it was the right one. Five of Cups came out sideways. So, upright, this is like crying over spilled milk, right? You were in this energy, right? And you tried to get yourself into this energy, but the imprisonment left you in regret, okay? Getting in trouble with the law. Okay, what's this official person upright, please? King of Pentacles upright. Yeah, so this was the authorities. Security. Yeah. Abundance, prosperity, and security. We're going to take it as security. Because it, you know, I'm asking for Spirit to clarify this official person. So, security, you know, like a security guard, okay? like a guard at a jail or prison, right? What's this great fortune? Upright, Spirit, please and thank you. You wanted to get out of this Page of Cups energy. Page of Cups is like, it's like the lowest of cups you could get. It's like when somebody brings you this type of an offer, it's a fish in a cup. It's like, here I'm being a smart ass, but I want to bring you this cup, and I'm going to give you the bare minimum. You know what I mean? So this is very lack energy. Very, very, like, you don't have much to offer. So you were trying to get out of this energy and step into some great fortune, okay? What's this Thief, Spirit? Thank you so much for this wonderful message. There ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay. Okay, so this upright is the, like, rest and rejuvenation, right? Just, or contemplation, or restoration and rest. Reverse, it was, you definitely weren't resting because, you know, you had things to do. It was a restless job being a thief, you know. What's this Lover's reverse, please, Spirit? Yeah, you weren't moving very quickly about being charitable to other people. Okay? Giving. This is about giving. So yeah, you were not, there was no forward movement on you giving to anyone. Either because they knew or found out, you know, you were the talk of the town that you were a thief, or you were like, I gotta get in the bag. It's all it's all about the money, all about the, you know, and you didn't want to commit to anybody, so you didn't want to give to anyone. Okay. The Chariot is about forward movement, and it's reversed in this situation, so there was no forward movement. The Privileged Lady, please, Spirit. Thank you. This is amazing. A wonderful message. So Two of Swords upright is about making decisions, difficult choices. It was reversed. So for the Privileged Lady, yeah, this is about indecisions or stalemate. Yeah, you were trying to get out of this stalemate energy and step into being a privileged lady, you know, having money in abundance and stability. If you see, she looks very, very rich and wealthy. Okay? Walking through a courtyard of a mansion yard, and yeah, that she wanted to be that. You wanted to be that, okay? False person upright, please, Spirit. Oh, so you might have been a little bit flirty. Okay, if you were feminine in this past life, which I feel like you were a little bit flirty. Okay, like this is how you kept balance, or tried to convince people that you had to convince people you were the King of Cups, okay? It's just energy, but you were about compassion and love and understanding. Ooh, my goodness. No judgment. It's okay. Main female reverse, please. Yeah, so the Magician upright came out, and then the Devil came out upright, okay? Yeah, so behind closed doors, you wanted to remain under the radar. Meanwhile, this was your energy. You were a bona fide hustler, okay? Like, you were a hustler. You did what you had to do to make ends meet in this lifetime, okay? This past life. However, you went about it kind of in a messed up way, because this is about karmic contracts and addictions and things of that nature. So I think maybe you became addicted to the money, you know, to trying to make yourself into this privileged lady energy. Okay, anything else, Spirit? Let's just get a few more, maybe. Queen of Cups came out reversed. So yeah, you were you didn't really have a loving energy, but not because, I don't feel like it's because you were a wicked person. I just feel like it's because you were like, I ain't got time for relationships. Okay. Like, I'm too busy winning and getting in this money bag, you know. But meanwhile, this is you. You know, you weren't a bad person. You came up, like, you had to be fake, you know, false in a sense to, like, get farther in life, I guess, to survive. To survive, really, that's what it was, because back in those times, it was, like, crazy. Anyways, but, you know, you were strategic. You were very smart and strategic about your survival skills. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so let's see. Final messages for Jonathan for this past life reading. Thank you so much, Spirit. I can't thank you enough. This has been such a wonderful reading. We are so grateful. We are so thankful. Thank you very much. Okay, so more details about this past life for Jonathan, please.
Jeff wants to see us in his office tomorrow.
He wants to see us?
You and me.
Oh, really?
Together.
Yeah, okay, so this is what we got. We got my gender, this is my gender fluid card, okay? So you definitely were feminine energy back in that lifetime, okay, in this past life. Which way? So, you were constantly on your toes, having to decide, like, it was constantly like, pack up your stuff and leave, pack up your stuff and leave, pack up your stuff, because when you would steal from people, even though you didn't have really, 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 really bad intentions, you did come up as a false person, and you probably had a few enemies, you know, so you had to constantly pack up, get up, and go, you know. Alright, anything else? So, your name could have started with a W in this lifetime, or W for a woman, okay? You could have been a Scorpio.
Okay, I'll tell you why.
What else for Jonathan for this past life reading? Thank you so much. You could have been a Virgo, or had been dealing with a Virgo in this past life. That could have been somebody that you did wrong, or one of the officials that persecuted you. Is it persecuted or convicted or anyways arrested you? This is my positive and negative card. Okay, so yeah, you had kind of a balance, and then with the High Priestess, because High Priestess is about balance as well, and then we also had the was it the Magician card? It was another card that it talks about balance as well, but I know High Priestess represents balance as well, because that's why that light and dark is there for balance, okay? They're like the master of balancing. So yeah, you might have balanced positive and negative, like you did some good things and he did some bad things. Alright, anything else for Jonathan for his past life reading, please? Okay, and we have Y, so your name could have, this could have been one of your initials, Y. Or maybe somebody in one of these officers was sitting there questioning you. Why did you do this? You know. Anything else for this past life reading for Jonathan? Anything else you want to know? Cloudy. There was times that your judgment was clouded. Definitely when you would get in trouble with the law and be behind bars, your judgment was clouded. I think the love of, in this lifetime for you, the love of the finances, and because we have the Devil card here, which talks about addictions. Doesn't necessarily have to mean drug addictions, but materialism is another definition, so maybe the materialism clouded your judgment. Okay. And anything else? Exactly. This flew out. It's my money card. Yeah, you kind of had an addiction for money, my friend. But no judgments, You wanted to go from rags to riches. Living in GRECO Roman time or whatever. Alright, final messages. E, you could have had initial E. Anything else for Jonathan? Alright, yep, you wanted to have the crown. You wanted to build yourself go from rags to riches. And then, or maybe you had some run-in troubles with the king at the time, Your initials could have been D.
You were thinking of this woman, Lucy, the whole time.
No, not the whole time. She made a brief appearance.
Something about dye. So, not D-I-E, D-Y-E, like dyeing your clothes. I know back in the day, though, that's one way that they would add color to clothing, is not only was it like natural herbs and things like that, but it was also dyes. So maybe there was something to do with that. Okay. Anything else? We're gonna wrap this up. This past life reading for Jonathan. Please and thank you. O. Okay, so your initials could have been O. So like I said, your initials could have been O.
Yeah, well, all right, we're gonna go have some lunch.
we have woe.
Good places around here. They have great places around here.
Okay, so maybe you felt crying over spilled milk. We did have that. So woe is me, you know, when you would get in trouble. But I'm getting the sense that when you would get caught up with the officials, it would only last momentarily, and you'd be back out again, and then you would be, you know, they'd release you. Then you'd go, like, you'd leave some time in between criminal activity, and then you go somewhere else, pick up and leaving when it says which way, right? Pick up and leave somewhere else, closer, still in Greco Roman, whatever, but also kind of far away from where you got into trouble, and then you would do more do more criminal activities to make ends meet. Okay? So anything else? Concluding messages, please and thank you. K, could it be your initials? Okay, so that is what I have for you for your past life reading. You were alive in Greco-Roman times. Greco-Roman times. You participated in criminal activity. You were feminine energy, but you were the magician, so you were very skilled at what you did. Okay. I'm not getting the sense you were a Jezebel spirit. You weren't, you know, that kind of a woman. But you carried, because you carried the high priestess energy, which means you were very balanced, but you were also very, like, this is a divine energy. So, you know, we don't typically like to go out and just go haywire crazy, you know, like, but you also weren't giving, and it, you know, you have the Lover's card reversed, so you weren't you weren't giving yourself away like that. Like, it wasn't that type of a career. You were a thief, though. You did steal from people, okay? In fact, with this Four of Swords reverse upright, it's a resting type of energy. So probably when people were asleep, you'd go and steal their stuff. Okay, you know, a night owl or whatever. And then the magician, yeah, you probably, in some readings, typically the magician represents like magic, like black magic, or doing some type of moon magic, right? So you probably were a night owl, okay? And you would go and steal stuff from people and presented yourself to be a, you know, this King of Cups energy, but you were really a false person because you didn't really care about, I'm guessing, the people you stole from. And then the Queen of Cups is reversed, you know. So, you know, and then we got the money sign, the crown, the gender fluid, the which way, the positive, negative. But I get the sense that, you know, you were essentially, with the positive and negative card, you did just as much positive as you did negative. It's just when you would get caught doing the negative stuff, you would go to jail. And then they would let you back out. Okay? And so on and so forth. So I hope you enjoyed that past life reading. They're my favorite readings to do. Let me know, if you want to keep coming back. Because past lives are my favorite to do. I can do love readings for you. We can do self-love readings because I got these little self-love affirmation cards. Or a general reading, or I haven't done one in a long time, but I was doing locations where Spirit would, use me as a direct vessel channel to locate these places. I don't know why they're relevant, okay, but to locate these, locations. So if you're like ever missing a friend and you haven't heard from them in a few days, we'll try to figure out where they're at, So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this reading, Jonathan. If it resonates with you, or if you feel like your friends could benefit from readings, send them my way, I typically don't ask for any amount of money. I request donations, or you just spread the word, and help the messages get out there, because you never know. My messages could help save somebody's life, depending on what kind of message it is, or, like I said, having a past life reading, understanding who we are in a past life. I will say this until I'm like blue in the face. Understanding who we were in a past life can help us navigate who we're meant to be in this life. Okay? So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, and that's it for now. Alright, thanks. Bye.